as I participate, I have new experiences. Through those experiences, I slowly gain self-confidence. I have decided to stay on this journey. Would any of you like to join me?
Thank you, Monica. And actually, special thanks to her because she came all the way from Raritan for the Raritan Toastmasters District to join us and give this speech. And if you actually notice, I mean, there's so many aspects, so many great aspects to that speech. I don't want to get into the evaluation of it, but from the body language, from the pauses, there's so many things a good speech needs to have, and it's always a work in progress. So please give her another round of applause. And so our next speaker is going to be a speaker from our very own church, Priya+. Priya is an active participant in our church, active member of our Toastmasters Club, and she works as a lead at Johnson & Johnson. We're very proud to actually have her. She's very influential. She's trying to get even more ladies into her group. So welcome, Priya. Her speech is my Toastmasters show.
It is said that change begins when you get out of your comfort zone. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today I want to share my Toastmasters journey. First time I heard about Toastmasters is from my husband, who was once a member of Toastmasters Club at his office. I used to listen to his prepared speeches, and I was just a videographer who used to take the video at home. I used to think, one day if I get a chance, I should also join Toastmasters so that I can improve my communication skills. That's when I heard that here in our church, we are starting a Toastmasters Club. I thought that would be a great opportunity for me to improve my communication skills. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today I will share 5 areas where I have improved after joining St.Thomas Toastmasters Club. The first one is building the confidence. As already mentioned, that is one of the key area that we need, everybody needs improvements. Before joining the club, I was always confused how to deliver something which I want to say. I always thought that conveying the message that I want to say is a key skill. You need to have confidence in order to present whatever, like either it's a presentation or a speech in front of a group of people. Confidence is the key. In order to get the confidence, I attended as many Toastmasters meetings as possible and took various roles. Each time when I deliver a speech, I used to get constructive feedback, which motivates me to improve my own communication skills. Practice makes perfect. If you are going to present something in front of a group of people, without practice, you won't have that confidence to deliver it. By practicing at home, we get the confidence and courage to speak in front of everyone. The second area I want to share is sharpening leadership skill. As you all know, there are many roles that you can take in a Toastmasters meeting. Some of them we already saw here, our counter, grammarian. Each role has its own precise values. By taking different roles in each meeting, give us the exposure to different skill sets. Not just that, we have executive roles. Last year, I was the Sergeant of Arms, and this year, I hold the position of VP of Public Relations. Each of these skill sets give an exposure that will help me in the growth in my career. The third area I want to talk is combating fear. As you all know, it needs courage to come here and speak. Everybody will have the fear which you need to confront. Without that, you won't be able to come and deliver a speech. When I started, those who joined with me might have remembering my first speech. How nervous I was. Still I am nervous. So it is a constant journey. Every speech with the constructive feedback will improve you. And the fourth area I want to talk about is improving improvisation. Before joining Toastmasters, if someone asked me a question which I don't know the answer, I used to stumble, I don't know what to answer that. I used to stumble on those words or looking for the words, just like what I'm doing. Attending Toastmasters table topic allows me or gives the ability to think on my feet and deliver what I want to convey. That is one of the key improvements that I have seen in myself. The another area I want to talk is about expanding your network. I have met a diverse group of people who wanted to improve themselves. That motivates me to improve myself. Also, you meet different diverse people who helps you in your journey. You have enough resources from Toastmasters organization that will help you to expand your network. For me, Toastmasters is a journey and it is still continuing. There is a long way to go, and I hope everyone along with the other members helps each other to continue the journey. Walt Disney once said, all our dreams come true if you have the courage to pursue them. I challenge each one of you to come out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself so that you can be a better person going forward. Is anyone ready to take the challenge? Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. It's always, I know even at our last Toastmasters meeting, I was saying that personal experiences actually play a great role in influencing others. So for people from this church to hear somebody from the church and their experience and how that has actually helped them, I think is very relevant. So I've noticed, I think all of us here at Toastmasters have noticed from the time that Priya has joined, she's been very committed and she's made a lot of progress. So once again. Our third speaker today is going to be Deepu. Deepu is VP Education for our Toastmasters Club, and also he's the Senior Director at Cognizant. I invite Priya+Deepu to give his speech, his speeches why I joined Toastmasters.
Thank you, James, for the generous introduction. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and the church community members. Today, I would like to share my motivations on why I joined this Toastmasters Club. Based on the past experience for the 12 to 15 months and the impact it had on me professionally as well as on personally, I would like to make a call to action to all the friends who are still sitting on the sidelines. Once, my wife happened to hear a speech that I gave, and she made a passing comment. Content is very good, but the impact could be more profound if the delivery is improved. So I took that feedback. I attended a 2-day communications training. They took a video of your speech, replayed, gave feedback on how the speech could be done differently. The suggestions and the tips and pointers they gave were immensely valuable. But the opportunities to practice were limited. Especially because the advancement of technology, a lot of the meetings that you participate were virtual and remote. And some of the client stakeholder meetings were one-to-one and or in small groups. So some of the suggestions I think couldn't be put into practice. That is when we started having a discussion of opening a Toastmaster club here. And I immediately jumped onto the bandwagon of mitigating the risk of not going to speech when stakes are high. This could be used as a platform for practice without any inhibitions. It's all among our friends and the community members. So I volunteered to be a speaker during our first meeting. And the first speech is an icebreaker one, where you need to muster the courage to take that first step to be in front of the audience and familiarizing yourself. So as I started preparing, thinking about what to highlight, I zeroed in on to focus on one aspect of my life, that is the accomplishments of my table tennis career and how that sports, being a champion in sports, instills certain qualities that could help in achieving the goals and be successful in life. So I memorized my speech, practiced it a couple of times at home so as to adhere to the timelines of 6 minutes, finalized some of the key messages to be given during the opening and the closing, and I was very confident. But when I came here, before the audience for the first time again, it was almost 30 people then, I was still very nervous. I stood behind the podium, didn't move at all. And I was just focused on just saying what I had memorized. I didn't carry any notes, so my mind was always preoccupied on probably memorizing the next sentence and the transition. But as I completed the speech, I was becoming more confident, though I was not relaxed. I didn't appear to be relaxed. So this is where the Toastmaster really helps you. Because as you go through the next projects, project 2 to project 6, it covers the different aspects that you need to focus. Project 2 helps you to organize your speech into 3 different sections. An opening, and then the body, where you cover multiple main points with sub-points and supporting material, and then the closing. Project 3 helps you to put the intent, the purpose of your speech into those buckets. You state the intent of the speech in the opening and use your body and closing to reinforce those messages. Project 5 focused on the stance and posture. How do you use the podium? How do you keep the eye contact and the gestures? And also of the poses, because they say the silence is golden in order to capture the attention. And here, the next one is more relevant, I think, in today's world. That's the vocal variety. Where the meetings are more remote, you need to adjust the pitch to avoid the monotonous tone. You need to vary the rate of speech to avoid being too fast or too slow. And you need to moderate the volume of the speech to avoid being too loud or too soft. And then you cover the speeches, and once you have practiced the key elements from project 2 to 6, you go from 7 to 10 practicing this again and again. And once you complete the project 10, you get a certificate for being a competent communicator. And this is a track some of us are following here in Toastmasters. But now, Toastmasters have redefined the program called Pathways. Pathways has 11 tracks to choose from. Each track has 5 levels. And each level has 2 to 3 projects. And once you complete level 1, you get a certificate. So you don't need to wait for all the 10 speeches to go over to get some gratification of the effort that you're putting. So you could be level 1 in one track, level 2 probably in another track, so you could choose the tracks that you would like to follow. So how many of you thought or still think that Toastmasters is just a public speaking program? I thought so. My understanding was the same before I joined. But honestly, it is not. As you could see, there are different roles to be played in order for the meeting to be successful. In today's world, facilitating a discussion to have an effective and productive meeting is a skill. Within the schedule, the timeline is a skill that is much wanted. That's exactly what the Toastmasters does. He's responsible for planning and organizing the meeting, identifying the stakeholders, the role players and the speakers, and conduct the session. Priya already covered about the table topics, which helps you to think on your feet. And it also helps to gain some perspective on different topics from your colleagues. But one role that I was very keen to perform was the evaluator role. And I feel and I believe that it is equally important as that of a speaker. And there are 2 reasons to it. One, it helps to sharpen your listening skills. You listen to the speech of the speaker, you map it to the objectives of the evaluation sheet, and then you summarize this in 2-3 minutes, I think, to give the feedback on the same day. It helps to develop multiple skills. Misunderstanding, not being heard, or missing key information due to pure listening are the crux of a lot of our problems, both in personal as well as professional life. So I believe that focusing on this skill alone could give you a lot of benefits. And I read a book, Zen of Listening, and I had seen the learnings from the book has helped me immensely in my life. And I had shared the learnings in one of the speeches in the mindful listening topic in the Toastmasters Club. Second, the art of giving feedback. How to give a constructive feedback. How do you positively reinforce some of the messages? I think is very important in today's world, especially dealing with the kids as well as some of team members. Whether you use a CRC method, that is comment, recommend, comment, that is sandwiching the areas of improvement within 2 positive messages, or the CRS, that is the comment, recommend, summarize. Practicing Toastmaster sessions give you a lot of opportunities to practice this, and this could be very useful in our life. And as our colleagues progress through the speeches 4, 5, 6, the observation skills are also important in order to give the feedback. And so hence I feel the evaluator role, be it the speech or the general, I think really helps. So it is not about the public speaking alone. It's about adding all other aspects to it which could help. So if we could take some baby steps, making improvements little by little, the cumulative impact of those could be huge. And this could be illustrated by a simple mathematical formula. 1.01 raised to 56 is 237. 0.99 raised to 56 is 0.56. And so if you are wondering what is 1.1 and 0.99, it is putting 1% more and putting 1% less than the typical level. And the difference is so huge. And we have seen many of our colleagues who have put that extra effort, making huge strides in their abilities. And I urge each of you to put that extra effort for yourself and see the difference. Thank you.
Great job, Deepu. Actually, Deepu, you could actually probably wake him up from his sleep and he'll give you an evaluation. Yeah, he has. I think he has great talent with giving very good evaluations, especially if he is evaluating your speech, he can actually recollect so many things in your speech. It's amazing. So another round of applause for him. So with that, we move on to our fourth part of our speech. We actually almost have a dignitary here. We have almost equivalent to what is a mayor in a township. We have the director of District 83, and he's a past director. So I invite Manny to give his speech. His speech is just why.
Mr. Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and most honored guests. There are 2 days that are the most important days. First, the day you were born, and the day you discover why. You see, some of you may be asking yourself, well, it all depends. What do you mean by why? Why are you